welcome back to Let's Go Live. It is episode 32. I'm Maddie.
Hello, I'm Greg, and all together now,
We are live! Yep, it is Oceans Week, and you can join us here 11 a.m. weekdays. We're in our spare room.
Today we are pausing this week's ocean adventure to chat about what we humans are doing to our blue planet.
Yes.
As always, we've got a boatload of facts. Yeah. We've got a couple of things for you to try at home after the show. We've got a game, and we're also going to be joined by two brilliant experts whose job it is to explore and help our oceans.
But before all that, hello to you if you're joining us live right now, and if you're catching up later, hello. We hope you had a wonderful day. Who is in the live chat?
Let's see who is in the live chat. We've got Naomi and Amy from the Isle of Anglesey in North Wales.
We have Lottie and Oscar in Sheffield. Hello.
Hello to Oliver from Leicester.
We have Alessia from London.
Dylan and Dave in Reading.
We have Zainab and Abda in Saudi Arabia.
We've got Susie in Durham. Hello.
Wow. Evan and William in Winterton. Hello.
Emily from Bingley and Sophie in Sunbury.
And we've got Hayden and Erin in Lincoln.
Alrighty.
We try to get in as many as we possibly can.
Hello to all if you're watching back as well. If you don't watch the live show, we know lots of people schedule this in the afternoon. So hello if you're watching it back.
Yeah, thank you.
If you have missed any of Let's Go Live's now over 30 shows.
Yeah, this is 32.
Over 6 different themed weeks. They're all available to watch on the channel. Hit subscribe. You'll see a little subscribe button. Hit that and you will not miss any new video that we put up.
Now, you have all been very busy this week already. You've been making rock pools, coral reefs, kelp forests. Yesterday, we were joined by the blowfish and we made some shark masks.
Yeah.
So you've been making those as well, and you've been trying current experiments, and you have been sending us your photos, which you know that we love to see. So should we show some of them?
Yes, let's do it. All right.
Okay, so here are just some of the things that you've been up to this week that have been super creative. But here we actually have Molly. She thinks she found an old shark fossil tooth in her back garden because she watched a video of when we went hunting for shark's teeth, and it looks just like the one that we found. It does. It's exactly the same. We actually think it looks similar to a ragged tooth or a sand tiger shark tooth. That's what we think.
Here's Ishan, who's made this seascape with loads of different materials, and it's even got a diver in a submarine.
Love that. Diorama of the deep. Martha, oh no, this is Devon. Devon made a sea otter with red urchin fact snacks about sea otters that pop out the top.
That's a nice idea.
We love that.
Martha and June had a go at making shark plates and enjoyed scaring Daddy.
This is Elsie and her coral diorama, complete with snorkel and homemade flippers. She's even made a diver's guidebook about all the facts she's been learning throughout the week.
Those flippers are amazing.
Aren't they great?
This is Sophia, who made these fun octopuses out of wool.
And this is Oliver. He made a variety of sea creatures out of salt dough.
And then, last one, these pair.
Yeah, so Amelie and Aria, they have been very busy turning their entire house into an ocean helper aquarium. They used brown paper bags to make their sea animals, and they put them in the windows of the house, and here they are. And they've also made ocean helper posters as well, which is awesome because that's what we asked you to do yesterday. Today's show is all about the different ways we can help the ocean. So we asked you to give us your thoughts and design a poster. Yes. And we're going to show some more of those at the end of the show.
Also, at the end of the show, we're going to be revealing what next week's theme is.
Ooh,
yes,
patrons,
yes.
You already know, so in the live chat.
So yesterday, we told you 3 big reasons why the ocean is important for us, right? It's also important for lots and lots of other reasons, including that they're home to countless amazing marine animals.
Yeah.
So we want to start today's show with a question. It's a question for you lot. What is your favourite sea creature? If you're watching live, put it in the live chat. Let us know. If you're watching back later, think what it is and yell it at the screen. We might hear you. What's yours, Maddie?
I am racking my brains because I cannot pick one. It's just not possible.
Oh, go on then. Top 3.
Okay, top 3. I'm not going to say sea otters because we spoke about them already.
Yeah.
So you know what? I love the mola, the sunfish that we mentioned yesterday's show, because it's weird.
It's weird.
I love octopus, especially because they're practically magic, the way, you know, their camouflage works.
I don't know why I was trying to do an octopus. You did the best octopus impression.
Thank you.
Was that episode 23?
It was about animal helpers, actually. Oh, that's
episode 23.
From animal helpers to ocean helpers.
Go on then, your third.
And manatees. So that's it. Those are my 3. I know that's bad. I picked 3. What are yours?
Well, I think we saw 2 of mine on the shipwreck dive, our special shipwreck dive on Tuesday. Turtles.
Yes, you love it.
Especially hawksbill. We've got turtles behind us.
Yeah.
And those little nudibranches.
Nudibranch.
Those colourful sea slugs.
Oh, those are good.
I kind of love them as well.
It's nice to like the underestimated animals.
The little ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let us know yours in the description box below. So ocean helpers love ocean creatures, and today's episode is all about how we can help the ocean. Humans, we use the ocean in lots of different ways, and just one of those ways is that we sail across them in boats and ships that are much, much bigger than this little thing right here, because we actually use cargo ships to move enormous containers of stuff around the planet. Stuff like sugar, bananas, even cars will be moved around the planet in these container ships. But here's the problem. Sometimes accidents can happen.
Yeah, here's a picture of an oil spill. So oil here has soaked into the seaweed, and oil is used as the fuel for those cargo ships, and it can have a huge impact on so much marine life, and it spreads really, really, really far as well.
And sometimes those ships might just be carrying the oil as well. But this is just one way that the humans impact the oceans. There are a lot more, but we won't be able to mention them all in today's episode. But the good news is that there are things that we can do to help the ocean and all the animals that live in it. And that's what we're going to be finding out today.
Today, we want to find out how we can become ocean helpers. That's right. We've got a hand signal for you all to try at home. Every time we say ocean helpers...
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Okay, let's find out some of your favourite sea creatures then, sea animals. What are you saying in the live chat?
Okay, Sam says sea turtle. Good choice, Sam.
Oh, Beatrice likes the blue tang and the clownfish. Someone likes Finding Nemo, I think.
Anya in Brighton says dolphins.
Oh, who else have we got? Matthew in Bristol loves a tiger shark.
Sarah says an anglerfish. I reckon we might meet one of them on our journey into the deep in tomorrow's episode.
Jacob loves the lion's mane jellyfish after seeing it in yesterday's show. The lion's mane jellyfish. Lion's man.
So let's see. Let's see how we can help these amazing animals.
So to do that, we need to look at some of the other ways humans will impact the ocean. And we're actually going to start with plastics.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of the term single-use plastics. So we spoke about them in Earth Week. Examples include a plastic bag or a plastic drinks bottle that you use once and throw away. Single-use plastics.
But why use single-use plastics when you could use reusables instead? So if we're out and about, we like to take our reusable drinks bottles with us. If we're travelling, we take our little cutlery sets. We don't have to use plastic cutlery. We've got lunch boxes for the same reason.
Straw in there as well.
A little bamboo straw. What about bags? You don't have to pick up new plastic bags every time you go shopping. Instead, you can reuse cloth ones or old plastic bags and get lots of use out of them. We love using recycling for all of our makes on this show, don't we? We like to get as much use as we can out of everything. But what we really love is when we can use recycling and upcycle it into something we can use again.
I love that word. Upcycling.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a thing that Maddie's wanted to show you for a while.
Well, I just think it's a really good example of how we can turn something old into something new and something that we can use again and again. And it's this. It is a little tote bag. Here we go. Oh, you're just getting the camera in.
Just getting the camera set up.
It's just a cloth bag, and I've made it from an old T-shirt. So I had 2 T-shirts that were quite similar. I wasn't wearing this one anymore. It was destined for the charity shop, but I've just made a couple of changes, and now I can use it as a bag.
And it looks like...
And it looks a bit
like a jellyfish.
which is
perfect.
Awesome.
All right, so if we wanted to make one of these very cool upcycled jellyfish tote bags from an old T-shirt that was destined for the bin.
Okay.
How would we make it?
All right, well, I can show you how to make it. And the good news is that if, like me, you can't sew, then you don't have to, because you don't need to sew at all to make this. So we should say that you want to use an old T-shirt or something that doesn't fit anymore for this. So this might be a make you can't do immediately. You might have to wait until there's something that ends up in the charity shop bag. But all you need to do is take a T-shirt. Can we see this down below?
Sure.
Great. So you can see on this side of the T-shirt, I've already chopped off one of the arms. So using some scissors, and we should say that I'm using quite sharp scissors here, so this is something that you would definitely need to get a grown-up to help you with. I am now chopping off the other sleeve.
Lots of people in the live chat loving the bag.
Oh, great!
The jellyfish bag that you showed us.
Okay, so there you go. I've now taken the T-shirt and I've chopped off both sleeves. This is going to be the opening of the bag, so if you want to, you can make that a little bit bigger as well. But for speed, I'm just going to move on.
Maddie Moat's life hacks.
Maddie Moat's life hacks. Yeah.
Love that.
So now we're at the bottom of the bag here. Well, what will be our bag, and you can see that I've started to cut strips in the T-shirt. So I'm cutting strips in both the bottom on both layers. I'll just show you how I have done one of those strips like so. So let's make sure it's lined up, and then I'm just going to cut a strip. About 3 centimetres across will do. And we're going to go all the way up.
While you do a few, Mads, a few more of your favourite sea life, marine animals has come in. Ruben loves a vampire squid. Wow. Florence,
that's a good one.
Blue whale.
Nice.
Jed, pufferfish.
Yeah.
Sorry, blue whale fact.
Well, it's the largest marine mammal, isn't it?
Is, yeah. Toby, goblin shark.
Ooh, they're weird looking. They're really weird. Okay, so I've moved on to the next bit now.
Okay.
So let's imagine that I have cut strips all the way along the bottom of the T-shirt. Then all you need to do is take the front and back strip and tie it in a knot. And you just go the whole way along the T-shirt doing exactly the same thing. And then if you find that you've got some little gaps, because that does happen, then just tie more knots. Just keep tying the strips in knots until all of those gaps are closed up. And it really is as easy as that. And at the end, when all of those knots have been tied, you have yourself a little fringe bag with all these jellyfish tentacles. But if you don't want a bag with the tentacles, make the whole thing inside out.
This is clever.
Chop the tentacles off, and then you just turn it the right way out, and then you've got a bag with no bits.
With no tentacles. Lovely.
Easy.
Wicked.
So fun though.
As you say, don't just go chop up a lovely T-shirt, right? Only do that with an old T-shirt that you would have chopped away.
Yeah, so this might not be something you can make immediately, but we know somebody who might like my jellyfish bag, don't we?
Oh yeah, we do. Right, okay, I'm going to, you tell us about her. I'm going to bring her up.
Okay, all right then. So we are going to meet the absolutely wonderful Catherine Gemmel. Now, Catherine is from the Marine Conservation Society, and she is the Conservation Officer for Scotland, and she specialises in marine litter. So let's meet her now.
Catherine Gemmel, ringing you now. Hey, there you are. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine. Let me turn this around so we can see Maddie as well.
Yeah, I'm moving in.
There you go. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us about what you do.
Oh, I mean, first of all, I have to say I do absolutely love the jellyfish bag. It is amazing.
Thank you.
No, thanks so much for having me on, guys. So I work for a charity called the Marine Conservation Society, and we kind of do exactly what our name suggests. So we try to work to protect, recover and celebrate, which is what conservation is, our amazing marine environment, which is everything ocean, including all of the wonderful sea creatures that live there. And my specific job is actually to try and stop the amount of rubbish, including plastic, getting into the ocean, because it's actually quite big trouble for those amazing sea creatures that live there.
So we call all of this rubbish in the ocean marine litter. What can marine litter do to the ocean environments?
So marine litter kind of impacts our sea creatures especially, and there's kind of two main ways that happens. The first one is something we called ingestion. So this is where we're seeing a lot of our favourite sea creatures, exactly right, are actually accidentally eating rubbish instead of their normal food. So if we go back to your favourite sea creature, Greg, the turtle, here in the UK, we actually get the leatherback turtle, the world's largest turtle, bigger than my couch, comes to visit our sea every year to gobble up what your bag looks like, Maddie. So they come to gobble up jellyfish, but sadly, I've got something here that we find on our beach cleans, and when it's in the ocean, it looks a bit
a plastic
like a jellyfish.
Really looks like a jellyfish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So our poor turtles can't tell the difference. So they're starting to eat these plastic bags, which means they don't have any room for then the yummy jellyfish in their tummy. The other thing that the litter can do is entangle our sea creatures as well. So it might be bags or it might be bigger nets and ropes. So then our sea creatures maybe can't swim to where they need to get their food or to meet their friends either.
Gosh, right. So they either eat them, they ingest them, or they get tangled up. How is that marine litter getting into the ocean in the first place?
So there's actually lots of different ways it can enter the ocean. So the most obvious one might be if people drop litter at the beach itself or maybe at sea from boats. But even if we drop litter on land, the wind and the drains and the rivers can still all end up in the ocean. But did you know, with us all being safe at home just now, there is actually a way to the ocean from in your house right now?
Is it down the loo?
It is. It's actually our bathrooms is almost a gateway to the ocean. So sometimes people are flushing things that they really shouldn't down the loo, and they're ending up on our beaches and in our seas. So we've kind of got a bit of a fun message to help remember what is allowed to go down the toilet.
Okay.
And it's three things. It's the three P's. So what three things beginning with P do you think can go down the loo?
Pee and poo.
Definitely pee and poo and
Paper.
exactly. Yes, toilet paper. We're allowed to clean ourselves. So pee, poo and paper, but that's it. Everything else should be going in the bin so it doesn't end up out in the ocean.
Oh,
I had to do a sound effect. I'm sorry. Okay, pee, poo and paper. Got it. What else can we do? Any other top tips, Catherine?
There's loads of things that we can all do, and even from being safe at home, with many of us maybe miles away from the coast. And because you were mentioning plastic and single-use plastic earlier, maybe what you guys could do and what everyone at home could do is take part in the plastic challenge. So maybe for the next week, make a list of all the different plastic things that you use or that maybe comes in with the shopping, and then sit down with everyone in your household and maybe think, is there anything we could maybe reduce or swap out? Because if you reduce the amount of single-use plastic you use, you then reduce the risk of it entering the ocean.
What would be the number one thing you would suggest to become an ocean helper?
Oh, I love the ocean helpers. And I think the first
We've
step
got to do it.
to be an ocean helper is to be something that I call an ocean optimist. So this is where it is literally just thinking about the sea, about your favourite sea creatures that you were all discussing earlier, about what makes you happy. Because I don't think anybody will take steps to protect the sea if they don't love it. And one of the easiest ways, I think, to become an ocean optimist is to talk to other people about your favourite sea creature, share your excitement and your happiness. And what's a really fun way to do it is to almost pretend to go on a scuba dive and use your hand signals to tell people about your favourite sea creature.
Okay,
so I know you've done your turtle, haven't you,
Yeah, we did
Greg?
the turtle. Yeah.
So I'm going to go for my top three and have a guess if you can work out what they are.
Okay.
So the first one is this one.
I reckon that's a shark.
Perfect sound effect as well for our shark. What about this one?
Crab or a snapper?
That's right, it's our crab with our big
crab.
claws. And our last one, maybe a little bit more tricky.
Something that like
Maybe
waves.
think about your bag.
Jellyfish.
Yeah, our jellyfish.
Nice. All right. Well, that's a really nice thing, actually, Catherine. Maybe we can ask everyone watching when you've written up in the live chat or you're yelling at the screen your favourite animal. Try to think of what your symbol would be, what your dive symbol would be for that animal. Love that. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Catherine. What a pleasure.
Thank you. We have loved chatting.
Thank you so much. Good luck, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Aww.
Wicked.
Oh.
So I've got a bunch more of people's favourite animals, actually. What have I got? I've got Herbie's is a narwhal.
Oh, the unicorns of the sea.
That would be the...
Oh, is that your dive signal?
That's my dive symbol.
Or maybe just
that,
the one signal. It's a large
Madeline,
tooth.
good name, seahorse.
Ooh.
What would you do for a seahorse?
I don't know. They sort of have little, maybe like a little, like a hook sort of bouncing along. What's yours? What's yours going to be?
Or Charlie says a starfish.
But what's yours? You got to think of one.
What for the nudibranch is that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, just like this one.
Yeah, turtle we know is this.
So what's mine? So I really like the sunfish. So maybe it could just be, I don't know, like the sun, perhaps something like that.
The sun.
Sunfish.
The sun.
Fish. But yeah, have a go at making up your own scuba dive signals as a way to celebrate the animals that you love in the ocean, because it's a great way to be an ocean helper.
So,
right there.
yeah, I'm good. So, plastic, we all know, is a big problem for our oceans, and we hear about that a lot. But there's another way. I mean, there are lots and lots of other ways that us humans, can impact the oceans. And the next one we want to talk about is one that isn't talked about much, and it's sound pollution.
Yeah. So have you ever wondered what it might sound like underwater if you were in the ocean? So we actually want to show you something really, really cool. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute have put a special underwater microphone in the bay near them, and we call this microphone a hydrophone, and you can actually go to their website and listen to the audio feed. So can we give it a listen now?
So let's go down to listen to live audio. Here we go. Play. So right now we are listening to what it sounds like 900 meters down in the ocean, about 5,000 miles away from the UK.
Why?
Isn't that amazing?
Pause that. That almost deserves a fact bomb, actually.
That deserves a fact bomb.
That really does.
Excuse me, that was a very quiet fact bomb. Let me do that again. Right, just to repeat, what we were listening to there was from 900 meters down in the ocean, 5,000 miles away. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you.
The fact that we can do that, technology is amazing. So this is as close to listening live as we possibly could. That was recorded about 20 minutes ago. And we are listening thanks to a hydrophone, that special underwater microphone. But if there were any dolphins or whales around, we would actually be able to hear them chattering. However, it was a little quiet, I think, on the live audio feed. So we've got some sounds that we can show you, so we can listen to.
If you go to that website, they've actually got down here various recordings that they've actually taken. So what we'll put the link to that in the video description below, of course. What I've done though is I've taken right, so let's see if you can guess what they've recorded on this hydrophone, this underwater microphone. What's this?
I think that's a dolphin. Those are dolphins.
Those
definitely.
Dolphins. It sounds like someone's squeezing a balloon.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Okay, so that's a dolphin. Nice. Yep. Okay. Here is another one. Specific white-sided dolphins. Here's another one. Ready? What's this?
Yeah.
This is amazing. I'm going to show you a picture of what we're listening to right now. These are humpback whales. And what we're actually listening to is a pod of humpback whales calling to each other.
Yeah, we should say that photo is actually a group of humpback whales doing something called bubble net feeding. So this sound isn't that, but it is a group of humpback whales.
And they make this
really
sound
cool
to each other to let each other know where they are. So they'll be like, Mum, where are you? And then Mum will be like, I'm over here, love. It's kind of what we're hearing, right?
Okay, so sound, it travels through the ocean for hundreds, even thousands of miles. Whales can hear that, or at least, well, they sort of could hear it. I can speak whale, by the way.
Can you?
Yeah, so I could be like, hey, Mom, I'm over here. I found some krill. Just like that.
Brilliant.
Well, as we were saying, that sound can travel thousands of miles across the ocean, and the whales could hear it.
Could, because what they're actually quite often hearing is this. This is the sound of a boat's engine coming closer and closer and going overhead, and it's really... Let's get rid of that. It's really, really loud. So imagine you're those whales or the dolphin or anything in the ocean. They could normally potentially speak hundreds, thousands of miles, send signals, but maybe actually they can only hear one of their family in their pod 10 miles away because it's so loud.
Yeah, and scientists have discovered that these loud noises, they can cause huge stress to whales, dolphins, and other sea life too. And they can damage their ears, even their lungs. But how come things are so super noisy underwater?
I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
All right
then.
I'm going to show you how you can make a hydrophone. Okay?
Yep.
It takes a really long... Oh no, hang on.
Yep, that is just a plastic bottle. We've got it from the recycling, and we've just taken the lid off and we've chopped off the bottom.
That's all you need.
This is very high tech here.
It's the quickest make we've ever done. But this is really good. So I'm going to show you how you do this. So what you do is this bit goes to your ear, right? And then this bit goes down into the water. And we're going to make a noise. Let's hear it out of the water first. Just two, go on.
2 little teaspoons, banging them together.
Cool. All right. Now you're going to do the same noise in the water.
Okay. And Greg is going to tell us how it sounds underwater. What's the difference?
Okay, so firstly, way clearer.
Ooh, interesting.
And
okay.
much loudder.
All right then. Yeah, so here's the thing.
Neat.
So sound travels faster through water because the water molecules, they bump together a lot easier and quicker than air molecules. And we spoke about the way sound travels in our episode of Mini Makers Week. But sound also travels further through water than air, and that means that the sounds are much louder.
So try this at home.
Yeah.
Give it a go if you've got a bottle in the recycling that you can use, and then try different objects, try different sounds, and have a listen. Try it in the bath even. See how far those sounds will go compared to when they're above the water.
I mean, that was just 2 teaspoons bashing together. So imagine what it would be like if you were a whale or a dolphin and you could hear that sound of
engine noise.
Of a speedboat or a cargo ship.
So how do we stop this sound pollution in our oceans if we need cargo ships to take that stuff around the planet?
Well, experts are working to design special boat engines that are quieter. So that's a really good start.
Yeah. Also, there are these areas called quiet sanctuaries, which are set up in places where lots of marine life would normally breed or they would hang out.
Yeah, and the hope is that if these areas are quieter, whales and dolphins will not only be able to communicate better, but they'll also be healthier and less stressed too. And then hopefully their bodies won't be damaged by the sound pollution. We all need a quiet space.
We do. So that's plastic pollution and sound pollution, 2 ways that us humans are affecting the ocean. There are also all the effects of global warming, right? That comes, as we talked about in Project Earth, that comes from humans burning fossil fuels, coal and gas, and then that produces greenhouse gases that go up into the atmosphere, and it traps heat and it causes global warming. And this leads to even more climate change.
But one animal that really feels the effect of global warming and climate change is coral. But to tell us more about what happens, we've actually got another special guest. This is Anjani Ganace. She is a scientist who studies coral reefs and lives and works out in Trinidad and Tobago, a beautiful island in the Caribbean.
Perfect place to study coral.
Oh yeah.
Right, but it's coming up to 6:30 in the morning in Trinidad and Tobago, if I've done my maths correctly. So we were like, no, Anjani, don't worry about getting up. So she actually made us this video yesterday afternoon. All right, let's see. Here it is.
Hi, Maddie and Greg. My name is Anjani, and I'm a marine biologist in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. The reef behind me is a very special one called Coral Gardens. And if you have a look around and see these knobbly brown rocks and trees that are swaying in the water, they're all actually animals that are called corals. Corals are the cousin of jellyfish, but unlike jellyfish, which are transparent and drift in the water, corals actually live in one spot for their whole lives, and they come in many shades of colors. In the Caribbean, they come in shades of green and brown, like you see here. When a coral is born, it grows with the help of teeny tiny algae that lives in its tissues, and that's what gives it its color. The algae uses light to make food, and it shares that food with the coral. So it's a very special relationship. The hard skeleton,
Hang on, did that video pause?
It paused for us.
It paused for us.
So we think it may have paused for you too.
Yeah, let's play it. Let's pick it up in the middle.
Okay.
Let's try that again. Here we go.
Hi, Maddie and Greg. My name is Anjani, and I'm a marine biologist in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. The reef behind me is a very special one called Coral Gardens. And if you have a look around and see these knobbly brown rocks and trees that are swaying in the water, they're all actually animals that are called corals. Corals are the cousin of jellyfish, but unlike jellyfish, algae uses light to make food, and it shares that food with the coral. So it's a very special relationship. The hard skeleton of the coral is used by many fish and other critters that live in, on, or under the coral skeleton. This makes corals very important for providing homes to an array of marine life. In fact, while coral reefs are found in less than 1% of the ocean floor, they provide homes to as much as 25% of all marine life. They also are important to us. They provide us with food and jobs, especially in the Caribbean. However, unfortunately, many of the coral reefs around are being damaged by human activities through water pollution, through physical damage from construction, and even through overharvesting of fish from the reefs. When it comes to climate change, the warming ocean temperatures are causing corals to stress out, and that results in coral bleaching. And this is when the tiny algae leaves the coral tissues and causes the coral to turn white. But remember, we can all do our part to reduce the impacts of climate change by reducing our own carbon footprint. I encourage you to turn off your TV and all the electronics when you're not using it, and go outside and play more. Also take walks and ride your bike to places whenever you can. And most importantly, come visit a coral reef when you can, so you can see how wonderful a coral reef is and how full of life it is as well. Anyway, that's all for now. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much, Anjani, for doing that.
Yeah.
Turns out it doesn't get a very good signal from coral reefs just off Trinidad and Tobago.
Weird that. We're not sure what's going on there, team. Sorry.
Let's recap a little, a few of the things she said, because she put them so beautifully in the video. So Anjani mentioned that coral, those little animals, those polyps that live inside the stony structure, actually live with some algae. And those algae do two things. One, they give the coral its colour, and two, they give the coral food as well.
Yeah, she also said that human activity, including overfishing and polluting the water, will affect the coral, and that global warming leads to the oceans getting warmer. That stresses the algae out, and that makes them leave their coral homes.
And if the algae leave, then firstly, that's their source of colour, and it goes. And secondly, it's their source of food. So sadly, the coral, the polyps, die. Now, go on.
Yeah, but this isn't just a small problem. Actually, warming oceans is affecting over half the world's coral. This is what healthy coral should look like. Anjani actually mentioned in the Caribbean, coral tends to be greens and browns. We've got some beautiful colours here. But when water temperatures go up and those algae leave the coral loses its colour and it looks like this.
Yeah, so we call this bleached coral.
Yeah.
And we did actually mention this on Tuesday, and here is a piece of bleached coral from that we picked up from a previous dive. It was already bleached on the floor. And scientists reckon that in about 100 years' time, we're going to just have lost so much of the ocean life by more and more bleaching. So luckily, she did give us some top tips.
She did. So her top tips were to do everything we possibly can to reduce our use of fossil fuels. So you can do that by turning the lights off. You can bike somewhere rather than get in a car. But to help us remember all the ways that we can be an ocean helper, we are going to summarise everything in a
quiz.
In a quiz.
Oh, hang on. This is your chance, right? Now you do your animal signs.
Oh.
No. Start. Fish. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm an ocean helper. Oh, yeah. I think we've lost it, Maddie.
All right, then. So for the quiz today, we've actually designed a bit more of a game. It's called Straws and Reusables. You might know it as something called Snakes and Ladders. But here's how you play. We are going to roll a dice. We are the counter, so we're going to bounce around the screen. If you land on a straw, then you go down the board. That is a plastic straw. If you land on a reusable bottle, you go up the board. So, Greg, are you ready to play the game?
Yes.
What have we rolled?
3.
Okay, move us 3 spaces.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3.
Nice. 2.
2. Oh, that was a good number.
What we do?
2 takes us to 5. Thank you for cycling to school rather than using the car.
Hey, we go up to 10. Can I roll it?
We use less fossil fuels, which was good for
rolling
the
it. Yep. There we go. 6.
What number are we on?
We're on 10.
10. That takes us to 16. Boom. At the top
Nice.
of there. Good. Okay, hang on. 3!
Wait.
Got all the lucky rolls. 3 takes us to 19. Nice one. You chose to buy fish from a well-managed wild fishery. Tell us a bit more about that one.
Yeah, so you can actually play a really key role in helping the future of our seas and marine life by making good choices when you buy seafood. And if you want any advice on the types of seafood we should be buying, then you can just use the MCS's Good Fish Guide, which we've linked in the description box.
I'm so sorry, I've just rolled a 1.
Oh no!
A 1
What does
takes
it
us to this
say?
one. It says, oh dear, you left all the lights on when you left the house.
Oh. Should I just do one more?
Do one more.
Okay, hang
Do
on.
one more.
Right. What have we...
5. 1, 2, 3. No!
Oh no!
You took a seashell home from the beach as a souvenir. Tell us about that one.
See, this is a tricky one because actually taking a couple of seashells from the beach can be a really, really nice memento, and it's just an interesting way to remember a day at the beach. But if you are going to take any, we only take a few, and only take open shells. So these are things that can't be used by hermit crabs, so things like whelks and periwinkles, things that look like snail shells, they can be used as homes for hermit crabs. So you never want to take anything like that.
So you can take a couple of the open ones,
like
but
a mussel.
not any of the closed ones that could be a nice home for something.
Yeah.
Crikey, all right. We'd better wrap up this show.
Yeah,
Maddie.
I think we should. We should.
We are about to announce next week's theme. But first,
let's see some of your Ocean Helper posters that you sent in yesterday, and they are all awesome. Here is Molly. Molly is an aspiring marine biologist. She's helped with loads of beach cleanups, and she knows loads about overfishing in our oceans.
Cool. Next up is...
This is Isaline and Evan. They had lots of ideas on how to protect the seas, including helping with beach cleanups and eating sustainable seafood.
Here's Grace. Grace made this poster with loads of great ideas, including reducing plastic use and saving water.
Henry wanted to show the litter that is making our oceans dangerous for animals, so he added real bits of plastic bubble wrap, plastic bags and bottles, and a big car tyre to his poster.
Ollie made this poster and thinks we should eat less fish and reduce our energy consumption.
Here's Sebastian, who says, no more plastic.
Alistair's made a poster using recycled materials to create a pop-out shark. There's loads of good ideas on there.
Has even got some eyes, so he can actually wear that poster as well and see through it, which is cool.
Whoa.
And then here we have Lawrence. He made a lift the flap poster, and under the fish's mouth it says, your rubbish is scarier than me. We get all of the photos that we use in our show from our email. So if you do want your photos to appear on the show, you just need to get a grown-up to send it to hello.letsgolive@gmail.com.
Selfie.
They're
all yelling selfie in the live chat. Thank
I've
you,
got my
you lot.
bag here.
Keep us on the straight and narrow. What do I do? I'm going to have to, maybe I'm going to do the...
your sign.
Maybe I'm going to do the ocean theme.
Okay, ready?
Okay, all right.
Your hydrophone.
My hydrophone. Hydrophone in place. Thumbs up. All right. Smile. Get ready. Oh, goodness. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1.
It's the very awkward selfie.
It's even more awkward.
It's not awkward. No.
It's dripping on Greg.
Oh, I got covered.
Hilarious.
Oh, right.
All right. So, if you, I'd love you to spread the word about being an ocean helper as well. So, I forget every time. So, if you'd like to, you can always get a grown-up to share your ocean helper messages on social media. But we are now going to announce next week's theme. Greg, give us a drum roll.
Okay. All right.
Magic!
Yes. Next week it's going to be all about the science of magic. It's going to be a week of tricks and illusions and the science behind them.
Yeah, so it's time for us to go now. As always, all of the links are in the video description below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our videos in the future.
A few very quick goodbyes. It's been a long one today. Goodbye to Naomi and Vivian in Weymouth.
Sophie Lewis and her family.
Millie and Noah in Dover.
Who else have we got? We have got Zeke from Milton.
Phoebe in Sandhurst.
Lily and Rory in Reading.
We've also got Rhiannon and Alice in Lantwit Major.
Thank you so much for joining us,
and Samuel as well in Leicester. Crikey. We will see you tomorrow morning at 11. It's going to be a great one. We're going to dive down into the depths.
We are. Stay curious. Bye.
Bye.